All right. Hello, Tech family. We're so glad that you're here with us today. We have a very exciting show for you. As you all know, this is a space where we love giving you guys information, letting you guys know everything about tech. So I had the pleasure of meeting Luis. He works with LOGOLIFE, and they are an amazing company. They have a vision and a mission to impact the world and to reach the youth specifically. So we did a poll a few weeks ago. I'm not sure if you saw that, but for all of the parents out there, or maybe you're a college student, high school student, we have an amazing opportunity for you today. So we want to just get right in here. So Luis, if you will, introduce yourself, let our community know who you are and what is Logo Life all about.
All right. Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. My name is Luis, and I have a background in electrical engineering. Over the past 3 years, I also worked as an esports producer with Microsoft. We ran a competitive tournament for a game called Sea of Thieves, and then I joined the Logo Live team in the summer of last year, and it's been amazing. I can't wait to tell you guys so much about Logo Life because I'm very passionate about it. It's really when I found out about all the opportunities, the impact that we can have on young people, it really inspired me, and really that concept of inspiration is at the core of what we do. And Logo Life is a community of people involving the students, the parents, and of course those mentors that are really all about guiding the students through and achieving their dreams. That's the most simple way about it, but there's a lot more, and we'll just save that for as we get through the rest of the interview. But just briefly, that's Logo Life.
Awesome, awesome. So I will say this, I have a mentoring background for those of you who are not aware, and we did high school mentoring here in the city of New Orleans, and we started after Hurricane Katrina. So when I met Luis, we both have the same heart, the same vision. It's all about impacting the future. As a parent, our responsibility is to think about how we can impact our kids, teach them, train them, so that way 10, 15 years from now, they're set. And tech is definitely the way to go. So Luis, can you tell us more about Logo Life, and can you tell us what is your mission?
Yes, of course. So I love the introduction there because there are really so many kids out there not sure what to do with their lives, and so really we came about as a way to help kids get through that part of their life where there's a bit of uncertainty, they're not sure what to do, and there's really a huge power that comes in knowing what is basically your purpose, and just at the root of our community, Logo Life. I think really to understand what we're about, we have to kind of dissect that a little bit. So the logo, that comes from the idea of thought, reason, purpose. And what we really want is to inspire young people to find out what that reason, that purpose is. Because once you have that more clearly within you, you can have the right attitude to achieve so much. Now, specifically, our vision is to be the single most uplifting force in the lives of young people globally. And how we want to go about that is through an uplifting community that focuses on teaching kids and young people high value skills, how to develop themselves professionally, entrepreneurially, and really set themselves up for an abundant future, not just for themselves, but for the family. And we want them to be able to really live a very fruitful and joyful life. And I think that I want to put an emphasis on the community, because I think that really when we see what each other are doing, it really helps. Again, it's like a chain reaction of inspiration, and it's not the same to have one an isolated case where a student goes through and learns a particular set of skills and then applies them. When you have the community, it's a force that one kid's success helps to inspire the next one, and we really want to show how we can all come together. And it's really it's a team experience. So in the community, it also involves the parents as well, because if we want to have a bright future for young people, uh, there's a whole team involved. And where we go is we want to stick together with everybody on the experience. We're all interested in just, as I said, providing that clarity, so that in a very kind of maybe a confused stage where you're not sure what you would like to do, we can provide some clarity and some guidance, and then have a happy outcome at the end.
Awesome. Awesome. And I'm glad you said that, because, I'm in my 30s. I'm not going to tell you my age. I just had a birthday, but I am in my late 30s. And, I spent a majority of my life really trying to figure out what I wanted to do. So how amazing it is for LOGOLIFE to take the guesswork out of it. You're able to give young adults, high school, college students, even middle school students, you're able to give them an opportunity to find out what you want to do. We all know the tech industry is expanding, growing, booming, right? So what better path to get on than the tech space? So, Luis, I know you have 3 different programs. You have what's known as the Young Technologist program, the Young Entrepreneurial program, and then you have coding workshops. So, can you first tell us about the Young Technologist program? What is that about?
Yes, all right, of course, I would love to. So the Young Technologist Network, that is a program designed to help nurture a student who is pursuing a career in the technology industry. So we have 2 paths currently available. One path is as a software engineer, and the other path is as a product designer. Now, in the technology space, when we refer to products, we specifically mean software products, and there's really a nice relationship between the two when it comes to developing things that we're familiar with, like web apps like Netflix and favorite websites, you name it. So we match students with the mentor based on their choice, and then they go through 4 different stages as a part of the program. The first stage is we have a interview with the student and the parents, and we identify their current skill set and what their goals would like to be, and then we put together a growth plan for them. So after that, stage 2 is when they're meeting on a weekly basis with their mentor and acquiring some of the skills to develop an expertise in their field. And then step 3 in the process is the development of applications like portfolio items, so they can really build up the confidence and have things to add to the resume, their LinkedIn profiles, etc. And then really step 4 is where we help the young person, the student, prepare their resumes, prepare for the interview. We help them prepare for applying to internships, college. Like, we really want to stick with the student the whole way. It's not just about learning how to code per se. It's, what are you going to do now with that? So in addition to the technical skills that you learn as a part of the program, we also teach the professional development skills as well. So I think we've had great feedback from both parents and students on the program so far. I think it's very powerful, and it really sets up even very young people that we've had. I think some of them have been like 11, 12 years old, and they're picking up this concept remarkably quick. So it's really amazing once you get started in the technology industry from very early on, what you can do. It's really amazing.
That's awesome. So you touched on this, but can you just elaborate for us between the difference of a software engineer and a product designer?
Yes, of course. So the software engineer is the person responsible for coding the application, basically making sure that it works. Whenever there's a whole bunch of systems that go on behind the scenes. So I guess the back end is what the software engineer is doing, setting up the databases and making sure that it works. On the other hand, the product designer is the one that really takes the user experience, the look and the feel of the application, and make sure that it's something enjoyable. That if there's a particular task that we want to accomplish, we accomplish it in as few steps as possible. The experience is fluid and nice. So the reason why these two are so important, why they work together, is because they're really at the end of the day, when we're using a software product, we want to make sure that it feels good, that it looks good, and of course that it works. So product designers make it so that it looks and feels good, and the software engineers, they are making sure it actually works. When you click buttons, you go where you want to go. So it's a really nice relationship between the two. And actually, the fact that we offer both programs, we found that it's really cool that we can have like a team dynamic as well, because it's a community, right? So somebody that's doing a young technologist program or software engineer, they can make a friend who is doing the product design path, and together they could make something amazing. So in addition to, like, in stage 4 of the program, I mentioned the opportunity for us to help them apply for internships and scholarships, college applications. But one thing I didn't mention is that we also offer the opportunity for these students to actually intern with us at LOGOLIFE and create technology that would help the next generation of students have an even better time. So it's a really nice dynamic overall.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. So can you tell us now about your other program, and that's the Young Entrepreneur Network?
Yes, of course. The Young Entrepreneur Network. So one of the main difference between the Young Entrepreneur Network and the Young Technologist Network is that, well, the Young Technologist Network, it's one-on-one with the mentor, okay, as a core. Then you obviously still have access to the community. Now, however, the Young Entrepreneurs Network, they meet on a bi-weekly basis, and we go over topics about how to set up your own business, how you can turn your passion into a career. We develop different kinds of skills. It's a community setting. So, for example, we might teach them how to identify problems in their community, and then how that can then be turned into a business that solves that problem. And there's really a whole suite of things there. But on one hand, we have this technologist program, but on the other hand, the thing is, you can really make it as long as you're passionate about it. Is whatever it is you're interested in, you can make it. So the entrepreneurs program is really focused on that. We can have a student that is not interested at all in coding and so programming and product design, but they have a passion, whether it be for music or art, other types of things. These are all things that can help the community, skills that can still solve problems, and we want to help those who are, again, in that stage in life, they're not sure what to do next. But then perhaps through being a part of this community and seeing how other students are starting to think about that, I think it can really help clarify their own vision of what it is they'd like to do. And we can provide some guidance as to, okay, that's awesome. Remember that if you want performance, then you have to start with the right attitude. And of course, if you're passionate about something, it's going to lead to amazing results. Personally, when I joined LOGOLIFE and I got to see how passionate everyone was about this, it's one of the reasons why I was so quick to join. And so we really apply this to everything else. Of course, if it applies to the students, it should also apply to us. So you can count with us to bring forth the most amazing, passionate services that possible. Yeah.
I love that. I love that. And I love how you have a track if you're interested in tech, and then you just have an entrepreneurial network. So there's so many young people that have skills that they don't even realize this skill can actually equate to you owning your own business.
Exactly.
This skill can actually help you to give back to your community. I think about what we did. Actually, me and my husband were a part of the Club 180 program. So everyone's familiar about what happened to New Orleans. Hurricane Katrina hit, the city was underwater, the city was devastated. And me and a group of my friends said, we need to do something to give back. What can we do? Instead of looking at the situation like, what can we get? We were looking at it like, what can we give? And we decided to go to one of our friends' old high schools. And we met, with the principal, started mentoring, and from there, the program grew. And so no one actually really kind of told me in high school that, hey, if you like talking to people, you like helping people, that you can actually make a career out of it. So I love that you guys are really helping, getting in there and giving the youth the alternative. We live in New Orleans, and here in New Orleans, we have a high crime rate. It's sad to say. But I think a big part of what's going on in the people who are committing these crimes are kids, 14, 15, 16-year-olds. And the problem that I've noticed is they just don't have any purpose. They don't have any direction. So imagine what partnering those kids with LOGOLIFE would do for them. You may be tuning in, you may be a parent, and you may have a teenager who's they just don't have any direction. Get them into this program. Let them meet with Luis and Mario and the crew. And I can guarantee you that giving them something to do, giving them purpose, is going to impact their life. I'm sure it will. I've seen it happen. Luis has seen it happen.
Yes.
You don't want to miss this opportunity to make an impact in your kids' lives. So can you just tell us more about the coding workshops? You guys just had a workshop this past weekend. What is the coding workshop? What does that look like?
Yes, thank you. So the coding workshop is something that we're so passionate about. We have this idea of like play the curriculum. So it's meant to be as a very nice way, very fun way to introduce someone to the world of coding. We're doing it through Roblox, which is a games platform. A lot of kids nowadays, they are on Roblox and they're playing games on there. But we want them to see that, hey, you can learn coding fundamentals here, and then you can make your own games. And then through that process, you're picking up all these skills that translate to an amazing career in the technology industry. So we have the Young Technologist Network, but perhaps you're not yet at that point where you've said, okay, I want to pursue a career as a software engineer or product designer. Maybe you're just curious. What does it look like on the other side of games that you're playing all these games? What does it look like behind the hood? So that's what this workshop is about. We give kids and young people an introduction into that, and they can start to see if it sparks that interest. And I again want to emphasize the word inspiration, because we make it as fun as possible, because we want to inspire that interest, and hopefully they're coming out of that experience really motivated to learn more about it. And that's where, of course, we have the technologist program that can help them reach all those potentials.
Awesome. And so you may be wondering, you're tuning in, you're watching this, you're like, man, I want to register. I want to sign my child up. We just want to let you know, as a part of our Tech Journey community, you get a discount. All of the information will be in the description. So go to the description for the show. Check that out. You can get the discount using our code Tech Journey. So we are definitely offering a discount for people who are a part of this space, who want to get, you may be interested. You want to get your child interested. Maybe you have a cousin, a friend, a neighbor. Everyone knows a young person, and we probably all know young people who just need something to be passionate about. Like we said, inspiration. That's what it's about. Starting out, if I would have started this when I was in my teens, my life would have taken a completely different path. We're not going to go into that. That's going to be for another episode. But, just having something that I could have been focused on, having something I could have been passionate about, I would have saved years of trouble. So get your kids into these programs. You may be thinking, well, my son or daughter is only in elementary school. It doesn't matter. That coding workshop is open to any child. We all know that our kids love Roblox. My son loves Roblox. And when I met Luis, I didn't know that this is an opportunity. It's so innovative what you guys are doing. You're having a game that kids love and teaching them a skill that will eventually make money. No one wants to miss out on this opportunity. So go to the description. Check out the website. It's on the screen, logolife.com. You'll be able to find out more about what they are, what they're all about. I love their passion. It's logolife.org. It's on the screen right there. Go to the website, check it out. And also, before we go, Luis, is there anything that you would like to leave our community with and anyone who sees this interview?
Yes, of course. The main thing you need to know is that, hey, we are here. We want to help all young people globally. There's so many different things. So if you know someone that is kind of undecided as to like what to do with their life, well, remember Logo Life. We want to help people find that purpose, set themselves up for an abundant future, whether it's in technology through our technologist program or another passion completely different. We are here to support you, and we'll be there the whole way until you can get there. So that's what
Awesome.
you should remember.
Thank you so much, Luis. We are glad to
Thank you.
have you here. Thank you for your time. I'm sure that we are having a lot of people that are viewing this that are going to be registering their kids. So thank you so much. And thank you for everything that Logo Life does for the community.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Awesome. All right, Tech Journey family. As you just heard, thanks for tuning in to this program. This is a great opportunity for you. Everything you need to know is going to be in the description. Please go to the description, go to the website, check it out. Maybe you have a distant cousin and you're like, man, I don't want to get them involved in this. Listen, getting your child or your young adult or high school student, getting them connected to something that's going to impact their future. Just think about, what if you knew what you were going to do when you were 15? What if you had a skill that could make you money when you were 16? Get them in this program. I'm sure that it is going to be an awesome impact on their lives. I know these guys personally, and they are good guys. They have a great vision, a great mission, and that's why we wanted to have them on the show. And we're so glad that they're here. Go to the description, and until next time, you guys have a great day.
Thank you so much. Have a great one.
Thank you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.